Hello, everyone. How's everyone today? Is that gonna wobble too much? I hope not. I don't want it to wobble. How's everyone today? Oh, it's definitely wobbling. Am I? I don't know how to stop making that wobble. We'll see how it goes. Here says, will Mustafa... I would say yes. Knight of Wands, you definitely have like a little kitty cat chasing that. So there you go. There you go. Hi Joanna, how are you? So yeah, I would definitely say so. Leo says, current feelings of S towards me. Hello Sanj. It's been a while. Unfortunately, I did have a long break over Christmas time. So you got a Queen of Swords. So let's have a clarification card for the Queen of Swords. Is Sanch... Oop! Oh my lord. He's kind of a little bit scared of you, but he likes being around you because there's a lot of happiness in these cards. He's very busy though. And he's like procrastinating, I feel. So he likes being around you, but he's a procrastinator for sure. So, there you go. Let me try again, Leo, because that was a lot of cards for you. Okay, yeah, Ace of Cups. So, yeah, definitely love. There's a lot of love coming out. That's like new love. So that's Ace of Cups for you. There you go. Joanna says angel messages. How am I? I'm going good, Joanna. I'm sorry that I did spend quite a lot of time off during Christmas. Ace of Wands. So angel message means that you might feel a little bit burnt out, like you're not getting any of your goals done or not achieving what you want. And the angels want to tell you you're on track. You just need to rethink and reshift your perspective to get what you want. So it might be like you don't have a tangible plan to write down, or you haven't gone through your goals for the year. So they're telling you to put something concrete down. So then you can look back on it and go, hey, I actually achieved some of this, okay? Sanj says, general reading, please, for next tomorrow. Okay, so next tomorrow? Okay, I'll ask the cards. I think that was a little bit... Yeah. So... Hello, Jades. So, next tomorrow, the world. You've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So, it feels like there's a lot of, like, moving and shifting in your life. Like, there's kind of, like... I feel like... I don't know, with these cards, I feel like you're a student of some description, if that makes sense. So we've got like Pentacles here. So these everything's in the reverse other than the Three of Hearts, which is heartbreak. And it just feels like you're like personality shifting, which might give you a lot of grief. Like when we're smaller, when we don't see like the whole world, everything looks so scary and so uncertain. and like our personality shifts to actually accommodate that. So I would say in general, it's just about like waking up to that you're bigger now than what you were before. And that's kind of a little bit of grief, but you'll get to a point that you really enjoy yourself immeasurably now because you've gone through experiences that you didn't have before. So Priya, this is for you. What are AEA's current feelings towards you? Well, this guy seems like they're saving money and they don't want to go anywhere. So like for me, the Chariot's always about travel. So like some people say it's the stuckness, but I think this person's choosing to stay where they are and not moving because of you. They're also saving money, so they actually might feel like this relationship's going quite well. Because when most people future plan, they actually are planning for life together. Most of the time, decisions are quite emotional. You're very welcome, Leo. Hello, Jen! What is A's current attentions towards me now? Well, there's a hangman in reverse. There's also like a 10 of pentacles and a 10 of swords in reverse. I feel like this is swords. I think so. This guy feels like this person doesn't want to be looked after, not cared for, wants to escape. I think it's just like a scared of commitment. I feel like this person's been like stuck with themselves for so long, like, or trapped in relationships for so long. As soon as they feel safe and comfortable, they just like run away. I think this is why like the hangman in reverse is like there. So it actually means that this person wants to run away when they're going to like fall into this relationship. So give them time to figure out where they're going, because they're definitely like I would say it's like attachment avoidance style. That's what I'm getting, is like if you're like more attachment, they're more avoidant. And so sometimes you just have to leave like the light on and the cat ball out. If that makes sense to you. Sutter, how is my business going? Sage says tomorrow. Well, I asked the cards. They say that that's fine. So Sater says, how is my business going to go this year? Okay. So this is Two of Cups in reverse. And Page of Cups. It's actually telling you that you might need to like if you're not really looking for someone that's a business partner, or if you've got a business partner already, that things are like not going well because you've got disagreements, or you want to do everything yourself. Now, this is like two people that have to work together to like, if this cat head moves, like the other one's going to fall into the cream. So they've got to work together. And this is like a love card, but yeah, relationship, like businesses are about relationships. That's what I'm learning right now, is like relational marketing, which is really fascinating. But it's also Page of Cups that you're taking too much time being very self-centered, self-focused, to the point that it's like detrimental to you, that you're kind of really focusing on one thing and one thing alone. And that's hard because like when you have a business, when it's like the first year, it's your baby, like everything's going well. So it's just like, oh yeah, what if this like baby starts like being sick or whatever, and you're like paranoid. And I think like you've got to realize that if you've got like a partner or someone else working with you, that they're there to help you. So yeah. Okay, Sandy D. I hope that helps you. Will I hear from N? Yeah, I think that like really enjoying like talking to you. Like this feels like a very fresh thing. I bought a new camera, guys, so this is why I took time off, because I actually want to mount my camera. At the moment, I'm using my phone, and sometimes it's harder because I would like to have like it top down, and every time like I move the desk, it wobbles. So, like, pray for me, because I would love to be able to give you a better like quality stream. So Sandy, yes, for sure. That person's just holding off like contacting you, or they're just like, I feel like a child. Like, you know how like people have very exuberant like feelings like life, and this person's just like absolutely magnetic. So I'm very sure they're really wanting to talk to you. So how is Chris feeling about you? Keep up with the Cavean. It's weird because like this feels very single tracked minded. In like this might be because you just started dating, and this feels like, you know, when you're obsessive about someone and your brain's not like letting you think about anything else. This kind of feels this case, but it also feels kind of slightly sad because in a like obsessive love, we can't keep that up because it's not good for us. But that's how this person thinks about you. They're probably like thinking about you all the time, so that kind of feeling. Richard says, I use the feelings for me. You're very welcome, Priya. Ush, feelings for you? That you're chaseable, that you're like, how would I explain it? You're a little bit of tease, aren't you, Richa? You just like tease sometimes. You just like my dad's all the time. Like when I'm like that too. When I get happy, I start teasing people. It's just the case. Like, and they're just like a little bit like upset for the teasing, but they also find it funny. So yeah, I think that is going well. Rachel says, what are these current feelings towards me? Ah, that's good. Rachel, they seem very, very close to, like, if they don't describe you as like perfect, like just like you're probably talking about a romantic relationship here, but they're like, oh yeah, like they're so perfect. Like this is like, if they're not thinking about like, if this is the best friend, they're also thinking like, this person's perfect. Like I want to spend the rest of my life like hanging around with them and doing stupid things, because it's just like they've gone, oh yeah, this is so close to being everything I ever wanted. So that's pretty good. Okay, so it's Dealer D says, hello, hope you are well. I am well. I'm sorry. Sometimes, like, I get caught up and I get busy and then I don't do streaming for a while. But you guys make it so I enjoy coming back to it. Will AJ and you get engaged this year? I don't think so. But this doesn't feel like it's a romantic thing. This is actually, I would say it's like a financial thing, that why you're not going to get engaged this year is because like it's going to cost kind of money to get like married and stuff like that, so you might like put it off. But I don't feel like this is a romantic thing. I'm gonna ask the cards. Is this in a romantic aspect? I think... No, this is definitely not a romantic aspect. I feel like you guys work very well. Like, there's so many things that you do well together. Like, you do your own things. You're very much enjoying life together. So I think this is just financial, and that's why. So I wouldn't say this year. It's just like time to get your finances together, realize and reevaluate like where you're going with this. But DLD, I hope next year, yeah? Rupali, hi! Alexandra says, what does Initio Pisces feel about me? Thanks. Judgment. Ooh. Okay, why judgment? Please give me a clarification, God. This is like weird that like... Okay, so this might be like they're judging you based on like past relationships for themselves, because their heart is healing, so they might just be a little bit more like discerning, like, I guess, like really scared about other people like being really horrible to them, so they're kind of like looking at it, weighing it. So I don't think they've got all their heart in it yet, maybe Alexandra, but they're trying. Hi, Cleo! May I have a love reading with my boyfriend? Is your boyfriend there? Hi, Cleo's boyfriend. How are you? He's very cute. Aw, that's so cute. You guys are adorable, by the way. Yeah. I like... Weirdly enough, like, what's coming through is like... You're gonna hate me for this. Never gonna give you love. Never gonna let you down. You got rickrolled on stream. Blame your boyfriend. But it's cute. You guys look out for each other, like mega looking out for each other, and definitely like protect each other from like some of the issues of the world. You goofballs. I love it. But you also know like there's other people out there for you guys if you did split up. But I think in general you guys have chosen like the right flavors of ice cream for you. So therefore like you've chosen each other's flavors. So in general, I think that you've just accepted who each other is, and you're happy with like, okay, would I be able to eat this ice cream for the rest of my life? Or if this person chose a different flavor, would I be okay with it? And I think that you're both very good, grounded, very... Yeah, very, very silly to together, and I love it. I feel that. Okay, so it's Mahimas. Oh my god, the Judgment card again. Okay. So it's weird. The Judgment card came out again. There's also the Empress card. So if you just come back from like Mahima from like being on pregnancy leave, like congratulations if you have. The Empress card is like a child, like a kid, like a new kid, or it's creativity. So it might be that it's time to actually see that people might judge you harshly based on that you're a very creative person and you want like things to change. And you like have so many ideas and so much creativity going on. Honestly, I'll tell you something. I feel like you could set up your own like little tiny business, Etsy or something, that you're probably doing on the side anyway. It feels like you're making something and it's so cute and so adorable, but if that's not coming through for you, then I'm sorry. But that's what I feel like. Mostly like HR looking at you and you're coming in and you're just like a gorgeous human being, but you don't fit in the mold of like wearing like business attire to work and fitting in. So it's up to you, but yeah, I definitely feel like it's been like a little bit of a break from work. So I honestly don't know. It depends on what you're feeling. If you're working towards this, I feel like you will have to like dress down some of your personality and become a little bit more corporate, because I feel like there's a clash between like what work you're going for and like your personality style. But that might be me as well. Hazley, you're next. Did L like me in like you as in past tense, I think. In a romantic way. I am, Hazley. I worked today, so I'm feeling a little bit like... This is an impromptu stream, by the way, so I'm trying to get more streams back up. Weirdly enough, I'm getting possessive vibes from this person. Firstly, because this always feels like some control. Yeah, I feel like they were kind of like chasing, but they're also a very possessive person. So it's like, oh yeah, like, I got it. I don't want to share my toys. It's kind of like that bit. Because this is 2 of Wands. So it's like there's a choice there to be made on creativity, on ideas. Like they might have thought like this would be a great like way, like relationship, but they're also kind of very... I don't think they would be jealous, but they would just like make you feel bad about like little tiny things in your life. Like, oh yeah, you went to friends. Like, oh yeah, but oh, those friends. So I don't know. I feel like you still dodged a bullet there. Yeah, I'd say that they were pursuing you, because that definitely looks like pursuing. So. DT says, how will be my married life? Well, firstly, there's a lot of like relationships things here. So you guys see each other as compatible, which is great. It means that you both see each other as being like, if you look at each other, you see the same interests or the same like compatibility growing up together, like having the same background or the same religion. There is justice here in reverse, which means like I feel like this is karma coming back to you from the past. Now, sometimes this is hard because like I don't want to scare anybody because karma can feel like a lot. But it might be that you've got to kind of deal with some things that have happened before you guys got married that you might have to deal with after you got married. Like maybe it's like paying off something that was there before you got married. Or doing something. I don't know what it is. Can we have a generalization? Quick cards. Okay, so it might be that it was an ex that you're actually going to get karmic judgment from. Yeah, because this feels like winter, so you might have shunned someone. And that's okay. That's fine. If that's the case, then you just pretend like they don't. Or you can just sit there and go, okay, well, I'm married now, so you had your chance. So I think that's more than so I'd say it's relationship wise, so X, I guess. Subla! These cards are for you! Ace of Swords, oh my lord! There's so many things here for you. Okay, let's go through these two lovely gentlemen first. There's a King of Cups, so someone that wants to take care of you. There's also a King of Swords in reverse. So let's quickly split this so I don't spend quite a lot of time talking about this. So this person's quite grounded, emotionally secure, wants to look after you. King of Swords, on the other hand, is a mean boy that can sometimes be very demeaning in his words or manner, and kind of can be sadistic and cruel and mean sometimes. So depending on what I've said there, you might pick two people in your life that you feel like that being coming through. You have the Magician, so there is some really lovely vibes here. So it's the Magician, full of creativity and full of new ideas, which is great. The Star in reverse means to invest, to grow yourself. So it might be time to just like let people move on in your life and to actually grow your own ideas. There is the sense of stuckness and aimness. So this is actually like you're stuck. You're really stuck in the present. You're like looking at the future, but you're really like stuck and you don't know how to get out. Now, that means that you probably have to future goal plan. And Ace of Wands Swords means that you're probably really speaking your own truth without perspectives of like attacked or kind of like being more nice with your words. Like I don't know how to explain it without like realizing that your truth is a perspective. It's not everybody's truth. It's like your truth alone. And like you can just sit there and go, okay, like I need people to help me. So if you like be nicer, maybe more people will help you. And less like swords energy around you, I guess. Subla, in general, I would say from that, look after yourself first. and look after your friends. And if you get the mean man with swords, just tell him to go away. Will the pimple of thy face fade away without leaving your spot? You really would? Ask the cards that. Okay, well, we could do that. Sorry, Priestess. I'm laughing. I'm old. I think, honestly, the cards are telling you that you need to look after your diet. They're telling you some really, really beautiful, like, fatty oils, like, things that'll grow, like, good hair, like, not grow good hair, but it looks, like, your hair looks nice, your body looks well-nourished, and it's telling you to look after your, like, oils. So what you're intaking, whether it's like omega-3s through olive oil and fish, especially like sardines and stuff like that. And then High Priestess in reverse. So it's kind of hard because I think you're just in a space of time that you don't know how to regulate like things or emotions or stress or anything, and it's just piling you down and you feel like so heavy. And if you keep on having this heavy feeling, if you can, go to the doctor, because it might be like something that's out of your control. Like they can test for thyroid conditions, which will help you regulate more of your hormones. If the whole idea is you meditate and you keep on eating some really beautiful like olives and sardines and using olive oil not to cook with but in your salad, I feel like you'll have a dramatic change in what you see, because that's what the cards are telling you, especially with this fish. Look, it looks so good. This cat is really happy for the fish. So I think in general, it's not the pimples, it's like multiple pimples. It's telling you not to be worried about one. Hey JS, how are you? Anita says, I'm gonna Scorpio feel future action 2022. It's 2022, guys. I was like, how long was that ago? Not that long ago. I was watching the, what was it, 2012 Olympics in Australia back in the day. I think it was 2012, wasn't it? So yeah, it feels like weird that it's 2022 now. Getting old. Okay, so Scorpio feel future action. It's kind of hard because this person is choosing not to choose right now. They need to reevaluate what they're going through. They need to really put in future goals of actions. They have kind of lost their way in their life path. So this is like a fork of the road. And because it's reversed, they're like sitting at that point in that fork of the road, belligerently not moving because they're either too scared to move from that point or they just like became unaware. So like, oh yes, I forgot, like I have to move. So it's kind of like weird. This person doesn't feel stuck, but they feel like they're just going around and round in circles. Until they really kind of break out of this, like, hey, I'm not scared anymore. I'm going to take this on, like, go, whoever. They'll break out and they'll bust out and they will go for it and it'll be amazing and they won't feel like, it might be like one of those things where they like open their eyes and go, hey, this is great. So thumbs up to them. I hope all the best for them. A DT you can. After that, you'll have to take about an hour, 2-hour break. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here for, so yeah, it's about an hour break. Oh! So no, it's not Taspheres, it's JS's. So what does SS think about you? That's an interesting thing. We've got, like, they might be spending a lot on you right now. Like, they're sitting there going, oh, that's a lot of money. But the Queen of Swords, so, like, if this is you, this is always a feminine card, so if you feel like you're a feminine, this is card for you. If it's, like, you feel more masculine, this card is about them. So Queen of Swords has, like, a gracious energy. She knows what she is. Very intellectual, like a great conversationalist, like very, very sparkling personality, very sharp mind. And a very strong tongue. Like, the Swords energy means that they kind of put up with people. They're not like Cups that really love people, but they tend to have less people. They tend to be very highly articulate. So you think of, like, philosophers, people that use their mind quite a lot. And then Hanged Man. So these people are struggling. They're like, oh yeah, I want to invest in this relationship, but I'm also, like, kind of holding on to not being in this relationship. But most of the time, I think they're just going to naturally drop into this for you, JS. So I think this is pretty positive. I think this person really likes you, especially, like, Swords. They don't tend to, like... Honestly, I'm Queen of Swords. I definitely, if I don't like being around a person, I'm not going to be around them. Unless it was, like, back in the days when I was working full time. Yeah. But even then, I'm not going to be, like, really happy about being around you. Even if I'm getting paid. Tasvia says, T Virgo's true feelings for me is this. The weirdest thing about Virgos is they tend to have a perfectionist nature about them. And I feel like, Tasvia, your Virgo's no exception. So they're like, not seeing, like, you tick all their boxes, but it's kind of a weird thing that, I don't think anyone will measure up to a Virgo, perfectionism-wise. So don't worry about that. That's kind of a little bit of a weird one to think about. Anybody in, like, here that are Virgos, do you agree with me about Virgo perfectionism? And then the world in reverse. So even though this person feels like you don't tick a lot of boxes, they, like, want to make their world, like, smaller to accommodate you. So it might be that they have more, like, experience than you, or they've done a lot more things than you, but they're willing to, like, look after you as well. And I feel like this can be, like a self-world, like, you're isolating from yourself, like, from other people. But it always feels like, in a romantic setting, when I read it, it's like the person's, like, closing off, like, traveling or something to be closer to you. So they're kind of creating a world within a world. So I think they do very well. But yeah, Virgo's perfectionist. I'm not a Virgo, but per se, I have two in my family, my immediate family, that are Virgos. Like, one of my sisters and my dad are Virgos, and Yeah, it's a little bit of trouble with me. VC says, will V take any actions towards me after the breakup? This is weird. There's Queen of Wands in here. VC, I don't know whether this applies to you or applies to them. This is obviously a female, feminine card. So if you are masculine or identify as masculine, then this is not for you. This is about them. It's kind of weird because, like, with this, it's kind of weird because they'll be happy, but they'll also be stuck. So like, honestly, this is a very weird thing to be in both. And it might be because, like, honestly, wands are kind of outgoing and they're kind of, like, really, like, around friends a lot. And they might have closed down their friend group, or you closed down their friend group for them, and you're, like, them or you are going to go through this period of being stuck because you closed down so much of, like, yourself that you're going to have a hard time kind of coming back to it. So that's going to be hard, because I think if you're, like, relying on one person, if you're wands energy, you're going to burn yourself out completely. Like, you're going to burn out that person completely, even if they're wands. I think that if you're both wands energy, it's going to be very hard for you because you're very extroverted. Like, I always think of wands being, like, the extroverted, like, hey, we're going to go for a walk, plenty of exercise, plenty of friends group, just, like, go, 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 go. Like, very, very, very much, like, that energy. And it's just, like, with wands, if they kind of concentrate on one person, I think they're a little bit too much. You are very welcome, Hazley. No worries, DT. BT! I don't get my broadband for you. I'm sorry. Yes, of course, Thea. Okay. Does George have any love interests? Thank you. Oh. Does George have any love interests? Unless he's, like, into, like other guys? No, I feel like this is very self-obsessed. That's why I was laughing at it. I was like, no. King of Pentacles. The Pentacles are more interested in material than anything else. They're very interested in money. They're interested in earning money. So they're probably, like, very happy being alone, like, saving all that money. Like, maybe investing it in crypto. Don't know. But yeah. I feel like this is very much about themselves than anybody else. It's funny that came out. It was just, like, the King of Pentacles, so... So Ashi, yes, of course you can, Ashi. How are you, Ashi? Haven't seen you in a while. Happy New Year to you, cutie. Okay, so you went through a period of being stuck, and now you freed yourself from the toilet paper monster. You can finally breathe. Breathe. Like, it's done. You won. Like, that toilet paper will not get your butt as you're going through the toilet anymore. Like, come on. You might get in trouble because someone will come in and go, "Bad kitty!" But yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you're fine. The monster has been ridden. It's all good. There's also, like, temperance, so it might be time to spring clean for you. Like, even though you're out of, like, everything and you could breathe, it might be just time to declutter space, clean up, like, tidy up, make sure your bills are, like, in that bit so you know when they're due, maybe little tiny, like, saving packets and stuff like that. Like, you know, those little, like, hey, I'm a mother of 4 and I'm really proud, but here's my budget saving hacks. That kind of person. So you don't need four kids to budget. So I think it's just telling you, like, you're out of scot-free, but just keep on, like, looking after yourself, because... How's everyone today? Hopefully everyone's going good. I'm sorry that it takes me a while to read everybody's. Did I actually lose the card? Last time I did this, and I lost the card, I rolled backwards and flattened my card. Even funnier was it was 3 of swords, and that's the whole card about heartbreak. And I started laughing because I was very heartbroken. Yeah, my cards have the same sense of humor as I do. So, Ace, parents see you. So, cutie, this is for you. Your Ace, parents see you has been very, very perfect. Actually, they are probably more ecstatic that you're in A's life than you actually know. They might be, like, hinting to A, like, come on, marry that person. They're not going to be there forever. So, in general, I feel like these people are really happy that you're here. So Starseed says, how does A feel about me? Okay, so there's strength, there's 2 cups, and, like, oh my lord. Okay, there's so much to unpack here. So strength. Why is strength a thing? They might have some quite strong arguments with you. That feels like a thing. They also, like, take over the role of being the strongest in your relationship, which maybe is, like, a bone of contention. Maybe it's, like, you need to have that, like, how would I explain it? Like, yin and yang, you have the feminine and the masculine energy. And sometimes you have to be more feminine or sometimes more masculine because there's only... and I don't want to sound sexist, but there's only, like, one space for masculine energy in a relationship and space for feminine. You could swap. You could sit there and go, hey, like, I want that role today. I want to be the boss today. And you can take and be the leader, you can be the follower, you can... like, but you have to, like, know that in that day. And it might be that your, like, other half is just too strong. And they don't know how to be anywhere close to, like, soft and subtle. And that's kind of, like, feminine energy has this, like, suppleness about it. Where, like, masculine can be very straight on, very headstrong. So sometimes maybe you're just too strong together. And you might need to learn how to make that work. This is the thing of joy, celebration, and spring. So maybe it's just time for you guys to relax and stop butting heads so much. I feel like that's a thing that you might need to get out. You might need to go into nature. You might need to actually spend a lot of time just, like, being away from each other in some distance. Like, this, like, feels like there's 2 cats, but they're not together. They might be together, but they're not together. So it might be a good time to just, like, take time to be together alone, maybe. Okay, so Vita says, hi, will I be happy and successful at my new job? Yes, I feel like you will. It feels like you're going to be over eager. Oh, and the devil in reverse comes out. Weirdly enough, I always read this devil as a reverse is like self-addiction, like that spiral. Because like the devil in the other ways like temptation. And I don't see temptation being a bad thing, but it might be that you are kind of like slightly a workaholic, or maybe worse. And it might be like feeding that cycle again. So you might need to figure out, okay, I'm going to get this job, but I need to kind of give myself space. I can't keep on driving myself that crazy because I'm going to like slip off it again, or have that bit where it's just like I'm pedaling but I'm not going anywhere. So that's what I was going to say to you. Just take it easy. If you start feeling like you're doing like immense hours, take a break, please. Nothing's worse than spending lots of time at work and it not amounting to much. Hello, Himasi. Can I get a reading? Of course. Does N miss me? Hello, Jaden. So Himasi says, does N miss me? Well, they definitely miss, like, being, like, fed and food. You were a really big support for a very, very long time. And now they're, like, on their own. They're not getting looked after. That doesn't mean that you should run after them and save them from wherever they're going. No, they didn't really appreciate it while it was there. So they do miss that kind of comfort that you gave them. So honestly, sometimes like you don't miss it until it's gone. But I think that's with everything though. Who's coming towards me and loves this cherish? Cherish! Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my lord, this one is breaking out, and High Priestess. So, Cherish, if you are not feminine in any way, if you identify being masculine, this is the lady coming to you. If you're feminine and you're not attracted to feminines, then this is actually about yourself. So this is High Priestess. She is the manifestation of tangible results. Like, she is the person that pulls the magician's ear and sits there and goes, right, you need to make something. And so the High Priestess creates things. She pulls out things out of the ether and gives them to humanity. So she's very much like, if you want to manifest a relationship or anything, all you need to do is really think about how you want to go. Like, one thing I said to a friend once was like, give me a list of 100 attributes that you want a person to have. And it's kind of interesting because it tells you exactly like who you're kind of thinking about when you want to have a relationship. Also, it kind of shows you what you're attracted to as well. You don't need like people to tick that 100 things off. It just tells you what you're really thinking about, instead of like, they have to have black hair and blue eyes. It could be just like, hey, I really want someone that's funny or wants to go hiking with me or something like that. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, like, she is like getting self-made. She's growing her money. She's starting her own thing in life. So it might be like, if you're feminine, it's time to start your own business and grow something that you love. So it could be like, hey, take that time out. Invest in yourself first. Okay, Ans. Sorry, Ans. It's been a while. Will I get a job that I got interviewed for on December the 10th? It's kind of weird because I think you're a perfect fit for this job. And why you're a perfect fit is because both the King and the Queen of Swords came up. So whoever you got interviewed by thinks you're a perfect match, which I would agree completely, because you're both like swords energy. So it might be like highly driven, highly motivated workforce. You're very, very good at like telling people like why you would want this job, and they're very impressed because you just seem very smart and very savvy. So I'm very sure, and you'll get that job. Hey, nobody. After this, BT, take a break of an hour, and then you can come back and ask questions again. It's just so everybody gets a chance to get one question done tonight. So how does George want our connection to progress in the future? Thank you. Well, firstly, you've got Page of Cups. So this person is actually, weirdly enough, like in a space that they probably don't care about other people right now. They're also kind of miffed or upset at something that happened. So it's kind of weird because this guy wants you to talk, and he wants to like collaborate with you, and then he'll just like completely shun you and do his own thing. So it's kind of a hard thing. Honestly, this person gives me the vibes of like, I want attention, now I don't want attention. And it's hard because I feel like you're getting really like upset. Like you get these vibes for it, and then it's just like, no. So maybe it's time to be more analytical and really not put emotion first, and kind of really like sit and go, well, do you want this? Because I want to do this. Tika, what'll happen in General Love Life 2022? Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Well, firstly, there's like heartbreak. Please, guys, don't get back with your exes. Tika, if this is you, bad. Don't get back with your exes. They are not right for you. They also say things that they promise and then they don't deliver on them. Hi, Priestess. So it means that you're fully in your manifestation phase for yourself. So if you're like nursing this broken heart and you're like, oh yeah, no one will love me. No, shush your mouth. Honestly, you are amazing. There's a lot of things that we can fix, but that's in general. Like, that's me, that's you, that's everybody. We can always fix, like, things that we need to do. And I think in general, like, you know that too. So I'm gonna leave with, you can manifest someone that you really didn't think was possible and kind of out of your league. And that doesn't mean chasing someone, but allowing them to naturally come to you. And you'll be like, this person's great. Why did I spend that much time, like, thinking that I couldn't get someone? So honestly, just take your time. And definitely don't date this guy. Bad. If he's an ex, boot him out. Like, if they're like, hey, how are you? They're on your doorstep, you just like, bye, shut the door. Can I also have a message from my guardian angel, please? This is the last question. You can, cutie. Because I'm very sure that's, like, your second question, so. The Hangman in reverse is this and this again. It seems like this is, like, a repeating thing. I promise you, I shuffle my cards. Hangman in reverse. Like, it's telling me that you're really not talking to a lot of people. So this one, like, cooperation and, like, just, like, naturally feeling, like, alienated from other people. And it might be just time to, like, jump in and make friends, cutie. Because I feel like you're always, like, waiting for other people to become your friend. Or other people to approach you and other people to interact with you. And honestly, we don't have time anymore. Like, it's not like we live in a very small world and we only have, like, 10 people in the village. Our lives are constantly moving. Everyone's, like, on Facebook these days. Everybody's just completely time poor. And if you really want to create a genuine connection, you might need to go out and make your friends. You might need to find them from, like, really, like, niche interests that you have, that you want to share with other people that have it. If you don't think that you're, like, interesting enough, it's not... Maybe it's time to actually develop more of those interests so you have other people to talk to. So, cutie, make some friends, my darling. I'll definitely be here to help you with your cards, so. I think that's true for me as a Virgo. Right on, Jen! Yeah. They say that I've got a Scorpio. My other half's a Scorpio. And honestly, he has a war on crumbs. Like, honestly, like, they even have a verb. They're called crummies in my household. And he has, like this complete war on crumbs. It is unreal. Nobody. What does my crush feel about me? Sorry about that. Wait. Page of Cups in reverse. Oh my god. This boy, like, is an idiot. Honestly. Yeah, I feel like this person wants to, like... Did you get, like, are you crushing one of the band boys? That feels like a thing nobody. Like, you're crushing, like, this guy from the band. Like, hey, like, long hair, like, baggy jeans. Like, doesn't wear a belt. Maybe not. It just feels like he's got the like, falling down jeans. And he's like, hey, like, we're going to be famous. Like, flicking his hair back. Like, I'm gonna go see the world. What could I say nice about him? He's just like, it feels very self-obsessed, honestly. I think you'd be chasing around after this person a lot. And I don't think you'll be fulfilled. Honestly. I don't think this is great. I think, honestly, if I was going to tell you something, I would say, honestly, put on your best, like, like goddess thing, like almost like how I explain it is like there's like a goddess and god in everyone. You could choose which one you want to be today. Or do I want to be Mars, like conquer everybody, yar? Or do I want to be Aphrodite today? And like honestly, when you have this kind of, and you could dress up, you could do whatever you want, you can wear it inside. I think honestly, wearing confidence and it not being a fake thing is so sexy. And honestly, don't chase after this person. Like, if they want to chase after you, they have to do the work. Because honestly, chasing after this person, even if you get him, it just feels like you wouldn't be fulfilled. Like, you would always be trying to do all the work and that person wouldn't do enough. DLD says, I'm finishing my master soon. Will I find a new job? Did you wait you did wait an hour, DLD. Thank you for waiting. So the Star and the Nine of Pentacles. It says like you have the ability to invest long term and grow long term. Like I would say in general, like go in there, start getting your contacts. So this is the Star and Knight of Pentacles. So it's like hard work. Show them that you want this. And then also grow like your contacts or your things. So by the time you leave this company, you have lots of friendships, lots of contacts that you can use. So it's just like what you'll do is just get into the industry, and it might be just a starting role, but honestly, like relationships are the most important thing, because then you can ask favors. You can be like, hey, I was thinking this, will you like do it feels like DLD, are you in like software? It feels like software. I'll tell you something, if you're in software, like the markup price for software to sell is astronomically huge. It's the only thing that you can have 120 markup and charge more people for maintenance of software than anything else. Like update fees, insane. So if that's the case, then you can probably start your unicorn early. If anyone knows what a unicorn business is. Selling DLD a job. Jen says, can you tell me what is coming to me for next week? Thank you. No worries. Okay, firstly, it's saying that you're chasing money, not love. And also, like, you're not accepting a gift of money. So this might be a thing that you're, like, chasing money too much. Like, holding on to the money. That you're actually not pursuing something that you love that would give you money. So sometimes when we, like, chase after something for so long, we've got our eyes closed. And we're just bumping off, like, opportunities because we're just stressed out. And we're like, oh no, what if we take this? Like, will this be a waste of time? And so we never take it, guys. Honestly, like, a human's life is so minute. And most of the time, we're not taking the chances that we should take. So yeah, the focus on this week, not about money per se, but on the love. And like you're able, like, you've got an offer ready on the table. Like, if you picked up something that you loved, you would start making money from it for sure. So Okay, sorry, Jaden. Did I? I miss Jaden. Sorry, Jaden. What is my Capricorn's Cairn's true feelings towards me? I'm Aries and no communication. Firstly, they feel like you're very immature. And that you're kind of annoying. That's really mean. Sorry, Jaden. Like, this card, if it was like the other way up, means that this person sees that naivety, loves that. But in reverse, it's like the opposite. Like, not to put you on the spot or anything. It's like when I was a kid. And, like, your mum's, like, saying, oh, yeah, look after your sister, look after this. And you're like, okay. So it might just be that you're completely different, like, emotional viewpoints, or, yeah. And the Emperor in the reverse might mean that they're trying to grow a relationship slowly with you. So with the Emperor in, like, upright, it means that this guy has, like, is watching the world, like, crumble around him that he's already made. But the Emperor in reverse is, like, rebuilding something really slowly. It's like brick by brick by brick. It might just be that he's just testing you and seeing if you, like, hold your cool or something like that. Honestly, I don't see any malice from this person. I don't think they hate you, or they don't. But they might just find you too much. Maybe, Jaden. So give them time, give them space, see if they come back. It's always easier to be like, hey, while you're away, I painted my whole entire house. They're like, okay, you didn't miss me. No, I didn't miss you. I was far too busy. Okay, so if I chose job 1, says Archie at firm, or job 2 at bank. So job 1, firm. Job 2... Oh my lord. It just came flying off. Job 2, bank. Oh, actually, it's a very interesting thing. I was thinking completely opposite. So the firm would be more stable. You probably would get more, like, looked after. It's more stable. It's, like, slow progression. Like, they would look after you. You might feel more secure. At the bank, it's, like, new and exciting. And there's a lot of stuff that would excite you. It's, like, weirdly enough, it's not just, like, bank. It's, like, investment banking or something, Ashi, where you're, like, playing with things. So it's kind of an interesting job, I feel. So it depends on you whether you want more stability. Like, the bank feels like it'd be more fun, which is weird. But the firm would feel more like a family, a community. Like, I feel like at the bank you'd be busy, like, scrambling. So it depends what lifestyle you want, but they both look really interesting. Pretty! Oh, you're so pretty! What does this person A think about me? No contact. I saw, like, what was it? Someone's, like, saying, pass this note, and it must have been in university or something. Pass this note to this person. And, like, she opened it up, and it was like, you're so gorgeous! And I was like, oh, that's so cute. That's kind of what I thought when I saw that your name was pretty. What does A think about you? Like, really good things. Very positive. Actually, you might have scared them off because they think you're just too perfect. Now, It's kind of hard because you're never going to convince them anything else, but don't feel bad if they just suddenly, like, disappear. Because sometimes people like that, like, they never do, like, the shadow work, they never do the, yeah, the, like, shadow work, light work, trying to figure out why they don't feel enough. Like, we can never tell anybody that they're pretty or beautiful, or, like, they don't believe us. Like, actually, weirdly enough, I said, like, you're gonna take a compliment from a stranger more than a friend, because when you're thinking that that's the thing, that's gonna be the case. Okay, Jaden, I've already done your question. Hey, Abhay! Lots of love and appreciation from Mauritius. My name is Dipka. How could I find my dog, Namir Oreo? Oh, he's like little short, like fluffy. Like almost poodle. Yeah, I feel like he's like a fluffy dog. Maybe not a poodle, maybe a terrier. He's very cute though. Like, I feel like okay, so he got lost in some leaves. Oh, someone's looking after him as well. So, someone, like, close to you? Like, he went running after some leaves, and someone's actually keeping him at his house. Like, their house, I think, an elderly neighbor of yours? And hasn't let him go back outside. So, that's the thing. You're very welcome, Sadie. Sorry, Nightbot. I need to fix my Nightbot. It's just being too aggro. It's not a person, I promise. It doesn't hate anybody. It is an automatic bot. So... yeah, I'd say someone's looking after him and not let him outside again. So that's why you can't find him, because he's inside. Because they're like, oh yeah, you're so gorgeous, you're so cute. And they'll like keeping him inside. I feel more like an elderly person just because that was the vibe. But he's safe. Hi, I'm Mary. Hi, Mary. What will happen with love in January? Okay, so it's actually time that you actually have got out of your, like, prison. Like, there was, like, something you got stuck on, and now you're free. Like, you're not trapped anymore. The Fool in reverse means to tell me that you tend to be very, like, when I say naive, it's, like, taken in the wrong way. So I'm going to tell you that you're very trusting in relationships. You believe wholeheartedly what people say to you and what they mean. And I think it's time for you to be more, like, still be very open-hearted and stuff like that. But also sometimes, like, question behind your eyes. Like, hey, like... They've said this thing before and it hasn't measured up. Sometimes you just have to be in that space where you go, hey, like, you could still be, like, carefree, open-hearted, and but just be more aware of, like, people using you in ways that I wouldn't like you to be used. Because you're a very, very lovely person. Hi, Tears. Feelings for me. What does he truly feel? Thinks about me. Okay, Rifa, firstly, it's kind of weird. You have closed down quite a lot of yourself, and you've withdrawn quite a lot of yourself. you might be putting that pressure on this person that you like T, which is normal. Like most times when you're extroverted, you tend to put all your attention on the crush or like who you really like. And that could scare this person away like very quickly because you've got a lot of energy, like probably more than most when it comes to relationships. You're very, very excitable, you're very lovely, very caring. You've got like lots of like burning like energy. You're just too active. That's what I'm telling you. To be like always directed towards one person. Also, this person might have had like a standoff argument, or you might have had an argument with your friends about this person. And they're probably right. Like, you're probably spending a lot more time with this person than with friends right now. And it's not making you a better person. So maybe this person has given you hints like, hey, like, are you going to, like, speak to your friends anytime soon? What are you going to be doing with your friends? And you're like, oh no, I'm spending time with you. So maybe it's time to ground yourself by speaking to friends and then coming back and talking to them. Sorry, I have a very big water bottle. I keep under my desk because I forget to drink. So it's the only ways that I remember, okay? So if you're like, why is that a sound? That was water. Me drinking water. I sound like a camel. Starseed says, does A want me back in his life? I think no, but I don't think it's because, like, he just didn't see, like, a long-term thing. There might be, like, something about, like, that you or him were ready to settle down. And there just didn't seem to be that compatibility anymore for both of you. So it's just, like, a time miss. I think maybe you were just in that space and time that you both didn't want the same thing. So that's okay. That happens sometimes, especially if you're a little bit younger. And that sometimes happens. You're very welcome, Vita. Hey, please send a message within the next 7 days. I'm very confused. Did you send me a message, Sarah? In my email? I sometimes check. I usually check. Jaden, I've already, like, replied to yours. I hope that you were listening when I actually said it. This is why sometimes, like, when people spam, they lose their messages because they spammed. And then they're like, oh yeah, you didn't get to mine. And I'm like, I already answered it, like, about an hour ago. So, I hope you got it, Jaden. The long time, Happy New Year, and you, Shirley, I'm so sorry. I hope that I do this more, but because I do it on Sunday, like, I usually have to set up everything for it, and I'm like, after, like, the whole entire week, I'm just like, I'm so drained. I'm trying my best to, like, lose weight and get more energy, and it's just been a little bit of a hard one. I need to lose 5 kilos, guys, so definitely, like, if you believe in anything, just sit there and go, pfft. Like, this person needs to lose 5 kilos. Tell them that I do not want COVID, though. Because that'll definitely help. Not in that way, though. Please. How does Capricorn Mad feel about me then versus now? I love reading. He's my crush. It's kind of weird because, like, I feel like this then was like he got everything that he needed. Like, this person felt really like, hey, I got everything. But it's like, surely as you just like keep on moving on and progressing, like this person feels like they can't talk to you as much or they don't interact with you as much. And it might just be because, you know, when you get more familiar with someone, you're more likely to not like breach new ideas or interesting things because you're more scared of what that person thinks. And it might be like time to sit and go, hey, like, we're gonna shout out like what we want to do on 5. Like I heard this fun idea, and it's like, oh yeah, shout out your kinks on 5 or something that you're interested in. It doesn't need to be sexual, guys. Like if you're like underage and you like your like a boyfriend and you're just like, what are we going to do today? Oh, 5, like shout it out. And then like it's funny because there's no like judgment. It's not like, hey, I was thinking of doing this today, then you got knocked back, because then both of you said something and then you could talk about it. I thought that was really great. Dan Savage, by the way, guys, if you wanna look him up, great person for talking about relationships. That's his idea. Terry's feelings about our future together. I love how my laugh went like Luna, this is for you. Like, what is this, guys, today? They feel very like this guy feels like very like in his own world. He's once as well, so it might be that he's like very much like attention span on you, but it's also weird because it feels like he's like attention spanning everything else. So it's kind of weird because he's showing like maybe all his like, because once they're extroverts, I would say most of the time they're very healthy when they're like around friends and family. Like they have to have like lots of people to keep their minds like busy and them keep on going because they've got a big battery. Like out of all of them, I feel like ones have the biggest battery ever, which would probably freak me out slightly. But it seems like he's got all his attention span when it comes to like relationships on you, and then he's like ebbing and flowing between him and like work. And it's just like, it feels like you get like a really concentrated dose on a very small period of time, and then he's back at work. Like kind of like that bit where it's just like ridiculous. And like I don't think that this guy's going to change anytime soon until he figures out that he doesn't need to grind as much or he feels secure. And the only way that you're going to fix that is just to like watch it pass. And probably like bring him out to like picnics and stuff together, because he's great around people. He just doesn't have time to like develop new connections, and that would kind of help balance out his life, because then you'll have a less stressed person. But yeah, it's up to him. I think you've gone well with this person. They're trying very hard to please you and look after you. That's one thing I would say, Luna. This person really wants to look after you. Sabine, you are very welcome. Hey, Aaron! Will I date this Sagittarius girl again? Oh, she's been on your mind, haven't ya? Oh. Okay, will you date? I think that you have to kind of figure out. She was fun. I think that that's one thing that you really found was like she was fun. And she made you laugh. But I think also like there was like immaturity about her that might have been good for that period of time. And you might find that if you kept dating this person, that they would get annoying because they haven't grown up yet. So, in general, there's like a tension-seeking behavior that you might need to do something about or you need to address. It might be that at the moment, because you're dating and because you have like the freshness in your mind about like how fun she was or how exciting she was, and she was like very playful, that you kind of flavor your predictions about like everybody else, like, hey, they're not fun, they're not as exciting as this person. And I think you've forgotten that she was kind of annoying sometimes. So you need to realize that you have matured and you have grown, and this person, if they come back to your life, probably wouldn't be the best match for you now. I think you'll have a great time. Like, I'm feeling, weirdly enough, I was like going to tell you who I feel like you would be great with. So I have this aunt. I'm not matching you up with my aunt, but she's amazing. And she's got this like funny personality, and she's just like very casual, laid back, relaxed. So I think this person is like the mature of your Sagittarius. So you'll get to meet that person in the future because this is how I feel. Like, you won't meet my aunt, obviously, but because I'm feeling this kind of vibe, and because my brain is telling me, like, hey, this is kind of the person, the attributes. So it's not like this would be the person that you would, but the attributes are going to be very similar. And you'll be like, hey, that's exactly the person that I wanted to date. But this person will be like more mature, more responsible. So Jaden, you actually got your thing read, so is my girlfriend uncomfortable when I seem needy or clingy? I would honestly say that it's hard because you need to address that clinginess and neediness yourself. Yes, of course you can. Ask. Even if you're new, you're very welcome. Okay, so it's hard because I think that, what is it? You're draining this cup that she's got. So I've heard, like, the whole idea is you can't nourish someone without, like, a full cup yourself. And your girlfriend is just feeling very drained because you always, like, need that thing that she provides, and she doesn't have space to, like, fill up that cup. And so therefore, technically, you're wearing your girlfriend down by this behavior, and you'll need to address that. Yeah, I feel like this is a powerful cycle where, like, if she keeps on, like, nurturing this, you'll still feel like this is acceptable. And honestly, like, there is like parts of me that sit there and go, like, you have to address this, but in a slow manner. Because if you don't, you're gonna have that shock. And I'm not a therapist, and you might need to go to a therapist to talk about this, because this is not just like, this feels like trauma or deep-seated. It feels like very much like in your past. And I think your girlfriend is very lovely and very kind and very beautiful. She's a gorgeous soul, but she's also giving too much to you. Okay, Faheen says, is my husband coming to meet me in February? We're in separation. It's kind of weird, like, it feels like he's coming to look at the house, not you. Did you buy a house together? Is that the case? Because it feels like he's finishing up business. He's not there for you. Or he's coming for a meal. Not to, like, spend a long time. Yeah, it feels like business. It doesn't feel like relationship. Unfortunately, Faheen. So, I'm sorry about that. Happy New Year, spare email. Why does M seem to be ignoring me? I have offended him in some way. Feel confused and upset about it? Oh, okay, okay. I see. Firstly, like, don't feel, like, upset about who you are. You're a very intelligent person, and you tend to be very forthright. You tend to be very much a person that uses your words very directly, and uses them astutely. So sometimes you could be very blunt without meaning to, and that can be, like, very off-putting to people. Also, I feel like this person was kind of using you as a distraction, or like using you as something for the, like, to distract them from life. And because, like, you said some things, but that's okay. That's not what I'm going to address. They've started thinking, okay, like, I'm not going to, like, it feels like this person was using you a lot. And I don't know what to say about that, but the whole idea is most relationships, actually all relationships, whether you agree with me or not, are based on a transactional value. So we get something out of, like, our friends, whether it's like they listen to us or something like that. It doesn't need to be like money or, but this person seemed like they were there for a short time and then they moved on. So a spare email, if they're gone, that's fine. Let the door bite them on the ass as they leave. And get on with your life. You're very welcome. And Mafia Panel, you are very welcome. What is the cause of my negative qualities? And how can I get over them? Okay. Firstly, I'm gonna say, if you haven't done shadow work, I would address that, is that most times people tend to do, like, pushing down, like, negative or unwanted qualities of them. But the weirdest thing is that we have like the same things in our life all the time. Like we've got to address like negatives and accept them. Okay, interesting. Okay. Firstly, I feel like a lot of fear is here. There's a lot of fear for you. The fear and anxiety. And there's a couple of traits that I would say are kind of a little bit like why like this shows itself in your life. Like fear and anxiety means that you tend to control a lot more. You might control your weight, you might control your relationships. You might even be slightly superstitious in some ways because you feel like the need to control, and like because like if you don't do something, it's going to go wrong. And that's a behavior that I would say is not something that you should take on lightly, because it's actually part of who you are. Because most of the time, how would I explain it? As you're growing up as a child, there's things called adverse parts of your life, and they're called aces. And the more aces you had as a child, it will add up. But most of the time, this is like a controlling thing because you might have not had control as a child. If you had control, then it was quickly and swiftly taken away from you. Also, you feel like always that you need to look at your options. Like, you're not going to invest wholly onto a person, you're not going to invest wholly on a business, you're not going to invest wholly on a thing because you're too scared of what if it fails. And this is like Hangman as well, which makes sense to me why like in reverse is you're struggling not to like like you need to control that aspect. Like if someone says I love you, you'll be like, oh yeah, how much? Like is it little? Is it a lot? Like sometimes like you just like wait for the end. Which is kind of like a weird thing to say, because not as end like as in like the great end, but there's just so much here to unpack. Like this, it feels really bad. And I'm sorry that you had to go through so much, but like these are not negatives, but you need to know how to deal with them. And I think it's just like, have you seen the movie Yes Man? Unknown. Where like he says yes to everything. Every single crazy idea. Now, I honestly don't do that to that extent because that's dangerous. But in general, say yes to a lot more things. If something scares you and you're starting to say no, you should say, is it gonna hurt me? No, okay. You're very welcome. Hello, Cosmic. Does Devon, the Taurus, want to get back together with the ex he told me about? Thank you, Cosmic. Okay. That's interesting. I don't think so. But I also think that this person isn't going to let go of this person. Cosmic. So if you are the girlfriend, I would honestly understand that you might be upset about that, but this person might have, like, really hurt this person, but they're not gonna care. They probably put, like, oh yeah, but they're so, like, they've gone through rough stuff, they've been, like, really, like, having a hard time, it wasn't their fault. Because that's what they've said to him. Honestly, if someone says that to me, I would run. But this person, Devin, I think they haven't gone through enough breaking of hearts yet. I don't think they'll go back, but they're definitely not going to move that person out of their life. Okay, so Gemini says, can you pull 2 or 3 cards? A general reading, please. Okay, so we'll spread out the cards. I'll feel which ones I want. I feel like that one. There's 2 there. There's that one. I feel like that's a thing. Okay, judgment in reverse. So there was, like, unfair judgment in something that is going to be reversed. It was unfair, so that's actually going to come back and it's going to fix something for you, I feel. There's also a chance to communicate and cooperate. And then there's Page of Swords. So there's, like, anxiety about the future, but it shouldn't be. It should be surprising. It's like, really good. But you might feel that anxiety because you don't know it yet. Like, maybe you're just one of those people that doesn't like surprises. But honestly, I think you just need to cooperate with people more. You might have had, like, a time in your past where people unfairly judge you, but I think this is going to be over. It's 2020, girl. Oh. Yeah, it's 2020. No, it's 2022. What am I talking about? It's now 2022. So, for me anyway, so definitely telling you. Can I get a financial reading? And apparently, I am definitely not a financial advisor, but I could definitely ask you. Okay, firstly, it's interesting. It's actually telling me you need to diversify. You might not have a lot of investment places where you stash your money, and it's like, oh yeah, you should actually, like, put your money in different, like, things that could possibly make you money. And obviously every single thing is a risk. Even keeping it in a bank account is a risk, guys. But also I feel like when you invest in other things, like, your family will be upset with you. Don't listen to them, because what would I say it? Like, everyone wants us to do something that they've done already. Like, everybody has done it. So yeah. So yeah. It's all good. I think you're doing very well there, but it's just diversify. So basically, okay. Oh my lord. Okay, so basically me and Sagittarius girl was talking, and yes, I really liked her, but she told me she wanted time for herself, and I was like, what happened? We're in no contact, so basically, will she contact? Honestly, with that reading, she might not be mature enough for you. That's what I was trying to say, but I could ask about, yeah. Maybe. Maybe in the future, because there's Lovers and the Sun. But, like, the Sun in reverse means take time for yourself. So it might be, like, one of those things that you'll meet each other later. And that might be, like, why, like, I was picking up that energy of matureness, is that you might actually see each other later. Also, it feels like you'll meet each other in, like, a park or something, because there's, like, this mow lawn. Like, this might be a table, but it feels like grass, so I feel like in a park. Knight of Wands and the World. So, actually, she's not that far away, so I would say that it probably is true, Aaron, that she might be actually just growing up. Okay, so Ari, of course. I'm a Libra and my lover's a Cancer. I want to know if he's going to get another female pregnant. Oh my lord. Ari, yeah. I think, like, as the cards have put it, get on the go. Yeah, honestly, if that's the case, I would be like, bam, where's my things? Packing up and going. I think also, like, you'll be very, like, that's probably the best move, because, you've got, what is this? 6 of Pentacles. Now, I know these things by heart, so unfortunately, this is, like, one of my only card sets that I can read by sight. It's just, like, done. So this is good, like, happiness and stuff like that. So it might be, like, you've got to realize this person's always going to be happy with their situation, because they don't have to worry about anything. And so therefore, if you really truly wanted a commitment, I don't see this is going to happen with this guy. Melody! Sorry, Ari. So it's hard. This person's really trying to communicate with you. It's also like he feels stuck, or yeah, so this person feels stuck, and it's just hard because it might just be that they lack the communication. And you might have to just, like, realize that they don't mean to sometimes make you upset or sometimes make you angry. It's just because they're having a hard time themselves. So realize that they might just get stuck and then they don't know what to do then. Butterfly says, does Sagittarius Daniel like me? I'm Aquarius. That's weird. There's, like, some trauma here, some underlying trauma with you. King of Cups in reverse. This person definitely seems like also 9 of Cups. So I'm going to address this very quickly and think that the person is, like, attached to you, but not because, like, they love you, but they need a person. So that's kind of hard. This Ace of Swords for reverse means, like, the sky is falling down. Not literally, but it feels like the sky is falling down. So it might be like they need a relationship with anybody, but they don't seem to want, like, kids with you. So depending on whether you want kids or not, and depending on whether you can deal with someone that works a lot, that will kind of be a little bit more, like, selfish or probably self-centered, even though they probably don't mean to. Like, sometimes people don't mean it. But yeah, I think that this person maybe needs a relationship more than, yeah, you would like them to. Like, instead of love, you need a relationship. Okay, Jaswinder says, did Jay rehear my voice messages that I sent him? We're both friends and both Capricorn sun. I think that he's probably like hearing them and not like wanting to reply back, so leave him be. This feels like he's just taking time out. You're very welcome, Cosmic. Who will be my future wife? What will be her sign and how can I identify her? Queen of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. Well, firstly, this person will be a very hard worker. So they'll be maybe even waitressing when you actually meet them. Like, they've got a lot of dreams, but they'll probably be like waitressing or like bussing tables. And you'll just be like by yourself and they'll come up and they'll wipe the table down without asking. So it might be like, hey, like I'm still eating. Queen of Wands, like they seem like they have a lot of dreams and a lot of occupations in life, but they will like kind of close down for a little bit. I feel like this is like an acting student. I don't know why. Like arts person. Like got lots of dreams, trying to make it work. Doing work by day and just trying to like make it. She's very cute though. Yeah, I do. So I don't think that I could find a sign through that, but I think more like I see like a situation. A Rachel Queen. Do you see a reconciliation between me and D? I'm not in contact. There's always a chance to keep on growing that. If there's no kind of like contact or you don't know a way of contacting them, you can always keep sending them good vibes every day and like just hold them in your heart. Like sometimes it takes a while, but that's so good. Hey Priestess, you're new? May I ask, does N truly feel about me at the moment? It feels good, but he's hungry. It might be like, how would I explain it? Like, you just met each other and started dating. And it might not be food he's hungry for. I don't know why this became, like, so, like, crazy rated, but, yeah. It's good, like, 5 stars around. You just completely blew it out of the water. But yeah, I think that guy is a little bit hungry. Bonk him on the head and send him to horny jail, okay? Take your time. Goddess of Warriors, who's crushing on me? Hello, Ressie! Okay, he's crushing on Goddess of Warriors. Oh my lord! That's interesting. I think this person knows you. and doesn't want to say it. It's like a friend, I feel. Like, they don't want to say it, but they really like you. And they're just, like, working through their lives, just like, oh yeah, like, I don't want to wreck this friendship. But they're also, like, every time they have a little bit of money and they save up, they take you out, like, to dinner and stuff like that. So, like, for them, they probably don't want to ever, like, become, like, your other half, but they really enjoy your company, and I think it's hard for them. Yeah. Well, Rico and I come together, it's complicated. So I hope that helped you, Goddess, to figure out what it is. Why is this came back out? Queen of Wands and Reverse and Knight of Pentacles. And we have these cards again. Rico and I come together. It's hard because, like, in general, I feel like you're a very extroverted person. And when you're thinking about someone, you just, like, completely, like, cut off, like, the people that make you strong, because you're a very extroverted person. I think definitely put in hard work, but also stay busy. That's what I'm hearing. You're very welcome, Jaswinder. How will it go next time I see this Sagittarius? Well, easy. It's like new love at first sight. If this is friends, like, it's like best friends forever. Did we just become best friends? Yep. And neither one. So I think in general, like, it's going good. It's going A-okay. Me. Okay, Victoria. Oh, Rupali says Nightbot, my question was, so Victoria, will things become good between me and my sister before I get married? Well, I think the whole idea is just a sister feels like you were very selfish, but the cards are, like, telling you to, like, be really, like, selfish in this and, like, have self-love. So whether you like it or not, like, just do this stuff for you. Sorry, can you say that again? Sorry, Rupali. Ari, I've already replied to that one. I just did it before, so you can skip up. Like, you could go back in time while I'm still live, and, like, when your, like, question is displayed is when I answered it. You're very welcome. And Rupali, no, your question wasn't taken. So you ask again, please. My Ari is a Libra. I want to know if my lover Cancer is going to get someone pregnant. Well, there's Queen of Swords here. Is there any other female cards? Knight of Cups and Hanged Man. Probably not. Because, like, unless, like, if I describe these attributes and they're not yours, then disregard this and yes. So Knight of Cups, very, like, driven. Queen of Swords is, like, intelligent, bright, articulate, very, very, like, not subtle. And the Hangman. So this person feels like they're playing with fire. Like, honestly, yeah. Ari, that's what I would say. Like, that's yours. I would definitely say that that's yours, okay? So I would say that he's just like doing his thing and then oops. So why does she think I'm selfish? I have no idea. Okay, let me ask. Rupali, have you actually answered? Because she doesn't have the same happiness as you. So it might be that you married before your sister and she's older than you. It's hard because like when we feel something doesn't mean that it's true. So unfortunately that's the case. Rupali, have you finished? Yeah, it's okay. It's fun. Like she's just feeling like you're not talking to her, you're being very egotistical. It might just be that case, like that you're not really like thinking about her feelings. Which, look, you're about to get married. Like, it is your day. I'm sorry, Victoria. It is your day. And enjoy it. That's okay, that's fine. I was waiting for Rupali, but Rupali hasn't typed anything, so... I'm about to finish up, actually, guys, because we don't have a lot of people. It's getting quite late in the UK, too, so... We're going to be finishing up, too. Okay, Clouds. Hello! I just subbed. Thank you. Weirdly enough, that came back up. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So the moon in reverse, which is actually weird for like a Virgo right now. So they're really embracing self-love, and they're really not like thinking about what other people think about them. So that's actually really weird for a Virgo. That's really weird for a Virgo. But you're doing very well. They're like embracing that you're really looking after them too. So keep on doing what you're doing. Okay. Anybody else before we finish up tonight? Because I'm going to turn on this thing in a second and we're gonna finish up. Is that a good thing? I feel like it is because they'll be more relaxed and you kind of gave them a chance to look after themselves more. Thank you, Cassandra. And you're cute as well. Aww. I feel you love cats. I love all animals. Hello, Queen of Swords. Hello, everyone. It's funny, I'm Queen of Swords too. Hello! So yeah, Clouds, you're doing really well for them to be so relaxed around you. So what's your question, Queen of Swords? And then I'm gonna turn on list is closed. So I can go to sleep. Hi, transformed. Okay, transform, Queen of Swords, go! And I'll turn on this list is closed. So I can finish it. I actually have to change Sunday and thing. Hello, Serena. Okay, so we'll do Queen of Swords transformed as Serena. Hello, how is M currently feeling? Like, they're working very hard. It's like, I'm working 9 to 5, ain't a way to make a living. A little bit heartbroken, so I don't know what about, but Yeah. Unfortunately, this card's a little bit creased. I was very heartbroken. It dropped on the floor, I didn't notice, and I ran it over with my chair. So. You just came in time. I answered yours, Serena. Queen of Swords. Are me and Jay done, or does she want me back? That's weird because you got King of Wands there. And the Hierophant. Okay. This is weird. Because you said Queen of Swords, this I would say is a very masculine card. So unless you really identify being masculine, that's the thing. Thank you, Transformed. I feel like they're more heartbroken about something. Yeah, it might be that they're working too hard and they don't have time to work on their dreams. Serena. So we've got King of Wands and the Hierophant. So it's like going their own way. Like being the rebel, turning against the grain. And like there's King of Wands here. So unless you really identify with masculine energy, then this is someone else. Sorry. So this is like, this would be just like being by themselves. I feel this is being more like, you know, at the end of like Grease, where he's like in a jacket and gelled hair, like that, like a motorbike. It feels like your person's like that. Hey, Star Lover, we're finishing up tonight. Thank you, Transformed. You're very lovely. I'm hoping that I do spend... I do not use WhatsApp for here. You can definitely reach me by Gmail. There's a Gmail thing down there. I should have like a WhatsApp or something, shouldn't I? You're very right, yeah, I do. I should have WhatsApp. Maybe I'll set that up before next week and I'll turn off Nightbot because it keeps on timing out people and their lovely emotes. So I will see you all maybe later this week. I've got to figure out what times I'm actually going to do this because like by the time I get to Sunday, I'm too tired. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. You and I will figure it out. But I will see you some other time this week. And have a very good evening. And look after yourselves, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye.